Hi. It's Chad again, from ThaiRomances.com. Few things in life beat lounging on the beach, or in the pool, and enjoying a Thailand beach sunset with a chilled beer in hand. I'm sure many of you will agree with that sentiment. But a far more difficult question seems to be, which Thai beer is the best? So what is the best Thai beer? The easy answer is, any of them. You've already got your feet up, and you've got your sunset. It would take far more than an average beer to wipe that smile from your face. Of course, when there's the luxury of choice, and there often is, the choosing isn't nearly so simple. First up, when in Thailand, you order this beer as Singha. It's only when you're overseas, in a Thai restaurant, that you'll need to say Singha so they know what you mean. Singha is probably the best known Thai beer outside of Thailand. Partnerships with Manchester United and Chelsea football clubs, and the F1 Red Bull racing team, have helped to raise its international profile, but equally, so have its distinctive flavor, and relatively high alcohol content. Singha is characterized by a strong malty flavor, which makes it a perfect drinking companion with something like a matsamon curry. It complements salty and heavily seasoned dishes, but also happens to be the most drinkable Thai beer when had by itself. Singha does not contain formaldehyde. At some point during your stay in Thailand, you'll probably hear an old hand sagely informing you that no one in the know drinks Singha because it contains formaldehyde. From what I've read, this is almost certainly just a myth. One last thing you should know about Singha, it's a pretty strong lager. While it's been reduced from a sturdy 6% ABV to a slightly more common 5%, this is still stronger than the 3 to 4% lagers seen elsewhere in the world. In the Thai language, Chang means elephant, hence this beer's emblem. As common as Singha is in Thailand, is Chang beer. Chang is comparable to Singha in terms of strength, but it's characterized by a much more traditional lager taste, akin to Tiger, Budweiser, and Tsingtao. This can make it more refreshing than Singha when tackling a particularly spicy dish, and probably also makes it more suitable to fish and other seafood, where you don't want to overpower the flavor of the food with the flavor of the beer. For some reason, I've found that several restaurants only stock Chang in the large bottles, and not Singha, so chances are you'll find yourself trying it at some point, even if you prefer Singha. Many other Thai beers are actually brewed in Australia, but I do like the labels. There are some other great beers in Southeast Asia, which can be much harder to come across. But if you do, you simply must try them. Leo is generously described as non-premium, and perhaps more frequently, as swill. Try it if you must, but don't fear that you'll be missing out if you don't. I tried Leo myself when I first visited Thailand. Needless to say, I quickly found a better replacement. Try Leo yourself at least once in your life, so you know what the word swill refers to when it comes to beer. Beerlao is brewed in Vientiane, in neighboring Laos. This delicious beer is difficult to find in many parts of Thailand, but well worth trying if you see it. Its clear French influence rides at the forefront, which is crisp and floral. There is also a dark variety available, similar in style to a German Bock. Beer Larue consistently stands out amongst Vietnam's excellent beer options. This beer is a light yellow-colored pale lager and a very light flavor. Beer Larue has a sweet flavor that resembles a cheap malt liquor. Keep your eyes peeled for the beer's distinctive blue and gold labeling around a lion's head. It is not commonly stocked in Thailand, but certainly a must-try brew. Angkor Beer is Cambodia's best offering, and not to be confused with Angkor Beer, which is an inferior brew. This is a lager beer named after the famous and world-renowned Angkor Wat of Cambodia. This exotic beer is brewed employing the best traditional European conventional process, in a hygienic and modern brewery. A rich golden lager, it embodies the full quality of a European beer, with an alcohol content of 5.2% to 5.5% by volume. Angkor beer is full-bodied, with soft bitterness, and a light hoppy aroma, to satisfy any discerning drinker. The smoothness will also give you a pleasant aftertaste. Grab some, when you see it on a menu in Thailand. If you're homesick, or just want a bit of variety, a fairly limited selection of beers from outside the region is available, if you're prepared to look. Paulaner, Left Blonde, and Brun and Erdinger are available sporadically, both in supermarkets such as Tesco Lotus, and selected upmarket restaurants. A supply of Island Aussie bars will easily keep you in Foster's and VB. You'll usually find that Heineken is readily available, which is a popular beer with the Thai ladies, so consider that a pro tip when you're dating a Thai girl. Another pro tip, when ordering in remote Thai locations, you can say the word Yai, rhymes with Y, which will indicate that you want a big bottle. And do please let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these beers. I'm sure I'm not the only one who is a beer aficionado. And remember, if you're a single guy looking for some Thai companionship when beer tasting, you must check out ThaiRomances.com. There's a link in the description.